Let's get into it, Rebel. It's going to be you and me once again. Let's hope it's not quite like last game, because I think I'll get evicted and I won't be able to talk ever again, because I'll blow my throat out. Whew. Oh boy.
Ugh. Oh, tragic. Okay. I know one of the things that I always like to prefer to go to for Paulette, especially on like Renata, is actually Glacial Augment as a response to a lot of different champions, because you can do quite a bit with it. Her Q has a great interaction with it as well, which is why I love that like particular keystone as opposed to something like Guardian. Here inside the laning phase, you go for a Guardian. You see it consistently as just like the go-to option, because Guardian is just a powerful rune, especially when you're dealing with you bot lanes that are going to skirmish quite a bit. And here you expect quite a bit of trading from Style and from B, just because that's what the Xayah is kind of defined for when you go for the lethality combo, which is what the Airy kind of indicates here for Style. So I don't necessarily mind Guardian, but I love Glacial. I think it's good into champions that you're able to punish them with. And this is definitely a situation like that.
Style having to burn the flash immediately there was just caught with the handshake from Renata. A little bit too firm.
Yeah, that handshake is perhaps one of the most disgusting abilities in the game.
It's so much fun.
It can change. It is a lot of fun, and it does a lot of things that it probably should not do. But Paulette is able to use it. If he's able to use it effectively, he can do quite a bit. It can actually neuter quite a bit of what Nautilus is able to do in the laning phase. I think of it kind of like a hook versus hook situation when you're playing against hook champions, where it's about being able to position yourself properly to outmaneuver the other so that you can use your hook as opposed to the other. Here is Paulette getting punished. Nice Q denies the gank.
Perfect stuff. That's a ghost used as well. Paulette, lovely. Mm-hmm. Showing the Renata strength.
Mm-hmm. Able to kind of clamp things off, and it's the nice part about Renata.
Does he get revenge?
Oh,
Kiaya's angry.
Kiaya's really angry. Goodness gracious, here's the NK in the mid lane.
Yeah, they can't keep going. Even though the charm lands, Cardi actually just cleanses, just playing it very, very safe. I'm not 100% sure that was necessary, but regardless.
Hello.
I mean, he can do this. Cardi's kind of low. You kind of have to give these up. Or commit a teleport. Why not? Come on in. Levi gets the smite down, but he's going so low, he's just going to die. 2T with the laser-guided charms. Jumping forward. There's a lot of damage onto DNK. They have to finish him off. Big brain smite, but not big enough. And now 2T's in trouble as Cardi's going to rush forward. Should have access to the Acathian Rain. Doesn't even need it. The auto attack will do the job. On the other side of the map, they've gone under the tower. They picked up a kill onto the Xayah, but they die on the way back out. Oh, they both die.
Oh, that's so tragic. At the last possible second, it looked like there was a possibility that that W from the Renata actually could have potentially saved Paulette's life if he gets the assist on the back of that kill. And that would have meant that at least one of them gets up. And heck, I think Paulette probably could have
gets his kill.
Oh, okay.
He was tanking an entire minion wave. It's traded back, but you didn't need to give Camille a kill.
No, you did not. You did not have to die right there. It's already a game that's had so much action. This is 10 minutes or 10 kills in only 4 minutes. This is what happened on the bottom side. Looks like they went for a dive on a Style.
I'm not sure how Style gets this low. That's what I think maybe just caught my handshake. Paulette walks under tower. I mean, God, bailout lasts so long. He's still got it. He's got it for so long.
Ooh.
Actually,
okay, right, yeah.
Not very good. Not perfect play there by SE. Paulette should have kept tanking the tower. He had bailout on him.
Yeah,
he should have gone into the zombie state, tanking the tower. Even if he doesn't get the revive, then Celebrity doesn't die.
Yeah, 100%. It was a position where, like, the gray health, I don't know if he didn't realize he could use the gray health. I think the intention was maybe if he, again, if he gets the kill against Style and that counts to reset his gray health right then and right there, and he's full health walking out of the tower, maybe there's something you can do on the map. I mean, that's what Paulette's idea was, but I just don't think that ends up being a positive thing for you to be able to get. But ultimately, it's fine, because it ended up being 2 kills for Jinx in exchange for 2 kills for B on the Nautilus, so I think you're okay with where you ended up. Across the map, taking compilation, Kiaya already had a massive impact across all things. Kaisa getting another play is also really good. Paulette consistently bullying Levi with this handshake, which is feeling quite good, because
really excellent Renata play.
Uh-huh.
Really, really lovely Renata play. Levi on this Hecarim can't go near bot lane. He just gets. I mean, I don't know how that quite works. Maybe I guess he does have hands, but he's also got hoofs.
riddle me something about Paulette, because I'm pretty sure Paulette, unless I'm
gonna
mistaken,
break his
actually,
mind.
yeah,
As they go on in, the bailout on Celebrity's not good enough. There's a lovely handshake once again. Can't save his AD carry, but he can save himself.
Can. W was almost there and almost capable of getting it. They just couldn't get the damage on a style.
Lovely cleanse. DK just goes down. That was perfect stuff out of Cardi, and now Levi arrives to clean up the second kill. On the bottom side, we have Star picking up a kill onto Renata as well. We have 14 kills at 6 minutes. I repeat, we have 14 kills at 6 minutes.
Yeah, remember how you talked about how you wanted GAM to play a bit of a slower game so that they didn't have to, so they could prove that they could do it, right? Game 1 was that attempt, maybe that was the attempt. This game, they are not making that attempt. Instead, they're up 3,000 gold at 6 minutes into the game with 10 kills across the board, literally shared perfectly across all 5 members, 2 kills in everybody's pockets, all things said and done. So kind of crazy to think about. This is Paulette underneath the tower. I'm guessing B just walks at him. Is that what happens? Yep, walked at.
Just walked at him.
Walked at him.
Just
walked him down.
Gaze.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah, just had a gaze at him, easy. Oh, we are VCSing the VCS tonight.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
All right, so back to this point about Paulette. Paulette is more of an Enchanter player. I seem to remember him being a better Lulu player than like a Thresh or a Leona, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it makes sense that the Renata's in the wheelhouse. Okay, because but for a while there, it was all tank supports in the meta, and so Paulette didn't look good, but that might have had something to do with the fact that the champions in the meta really weren't those that he liked to play all that much, as opposed to like Lulu and Enchanters and stuff. And so now that Renata's here, maybe he has a bit more agency in draft, or at least he's going to help out SBTC in that regard, because now it's like, okay, you got to ban his Renata every single game, because he's pretty good at it. You've seen that already.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to see a little bit more. I'm going to be completely honest that hitting a line skill shot on a Hecarim that's running directly at you isn't the hardest thing in the world. I do need to see a little bit more. He misplayed around the bailout earlier, which is actually a Renata mechanic. So my jury's still out, is what I'm saying.
That's fair. I'm just willing to give a little bit more benefit here because, again, my opinion of Paulette is rather low. So seeing him with any positive play is usually going to indicate at least that this is a champion that he should revisit again later. Like you said, I think the bailout is the big one. The bailout's got to be one of the most impactful abilities in the game right now, just bar none.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, using that properly is still huge. Emperor's just going to die.
Emperor needs bailout.
Third time, my bad.
As he gets found, Cardi flashing away from the charm. B now on the way, but the Spirit Rushes are still available. So I don't think there's too much here, but Levi, no ult. They can't catch. That's just an evacuation, but a good passage of play here for GAM.
Man, anything to put your Kai'Sa and Nautilus in the same lane, huh, GAM? Interesting. We really just can't get away from 2018 ADC meta, can we? It's just never going to leave us. Nope. Karis is never going to leave. Xayah and Kai'Sa are going to be there for the remainder of time.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I've said this before. I said it when I was talking about Nautilus. I'm in favor if a champion gets boring, just bat to the kneecaps. Easy. Kai'Sa E has a 3-minute cooldown. Why not? Easy.
That's fair.
Yeah, why not? Just for like 2 patches or something. She's unpickable. Just get her out.
I don't know if that would do enough damage, unfortunately.
Finally, I mean, I actually don't hate, as much as we are joking around, I actually don't hate this current Kai'Sa setup. I think it's actually interesting. I'm going to hate it in like a week, I think.
I hate it because it's powerful as hell, and it's doesn't feel fair to play against, right? It feels like you're playing against the Xerath.
Paulette!
Actually, wow.
Featherstorm is used. He pulls them back in, but Style very low. Dodges away from the rocket, but he can't dodge everything. There's the shutdown, and now Celebrity is excited at the prospect of a lovely little Nautilus as he hits the zap, but Levi comes in. The cavalry is here! But he gets the berserk, and he actually charges into B. Paulette! Now I'll say he's a pretty good Renata.
That was pretty good, yeah. Actually, I really kind of had a lot of forethought to what was going on right there because he snagged with the QB and then dragged him back in range so that, potentially Levi on the dash with the E would actually kill him on the way in. But unfortunately, I think a W from the Nautilus denied a fair amount of that damage.
Kiaya trying to outplay it. If he can get a little bit more, he can't.
Nah, DNK is now having impact on the top side of the map. We are having a couple of strikes across the map in which SBTC are finding something back against GAM, which is kind of nice to start with. And Per getting Doug a little bit out of the hole because Doug started off on a pretty rough foot and currently down quite bad to the Jace. But that's okay, because we have a bear ganking for your lane right now. We have a Jinx with 3 kills in the game. The possibilities of all these fights are still here. So
they're certainly still here. I really needed it. Gum, look, Hankei, I know you're not watching the stream right now, but we are friends. Can you tell them to calm down? That game one really hurt my throat. And we don't have a backup play-by-play. Not right now, at least. Is Cardi caught by a charm again? Has B backing him up, so 2T can't actually... Oh, he's going to go for it anyway. Perhaps didn't know the Nautilus was there, but now they go in on Style, knowing he's not there, but he manages to dodging away from everything, so all of GAM survive for now.
Can I be direct here? I feel like this is like the worst 2-0 and 296 CS like mid lane performance I've ever seen. I feel like Gotti's been getting bullied every time he's on screen for front of 2T.
I mean, that's the strength.
It somehow hasn't been punished for it at all.
That's kind of the strength of Kai'Sa, right? Like even outside of mid lane, even in bot lane, she just kind of walks up to the wave and presses Q, and you can't really stop her. She can spend the rest of the time under the tower, but as long as she can just step up, do that, walk away. There is a dive coming in down here. No way to turn the tower off for DNK. And with the wave being... B, you got to hit that. I think that's a one-shot if he hits that.
It might be, yeah, definitely, especially if the feathers get put in the right place from Style right there, almost certainly. So, we're in a rough go of it on that bottom side. But they did defend against the tower, and opens up for Kiaya to actually be able to snag the first tower of the game. And since no one's putting pressure here, Kiaya actually gets to play with his food a little bit more by letting it kill off some minions before he actually takes that into his own hands. And the nice part of this again,
Kiaya does not appreciate getting solo killed 5 times.
I can imagine that. And he's definitely making it Emperor's problem. He's definitely making it Emperor's problem. That's the least I can say. I was actually excited for GAM here because GAM had a lot of possibility to just snowball a fair amount to their map. The combination of both top lane going down, bottom lane now dropping 4 plates, and Dragon also being on the board here is pretty big. DNK is on the wrong side of the rift right now.
He is, but Style doesn't really have too many ways out. Uses the cleanse, still has access to the Featherstorm as well. As in goes Levi, the Stormkeeper's there. They dodge away from the Berserk Cloud, but it just doesn't matter because they're outnumbered. Levi trying to get out, but he's ripped back in, and Celebrity surfing forward with the Gale Force picks up 2.
So, where is the feather pull, Style? What happened right there? I don't really understand. At no point, he didn't burn the cooldown. He wasn't lacking mana. It definitely was available. He dropped down the Featherstorm to avoid an ultimate, had it in position to punish 3 people, and then just didn't. I don't know. I don't know what the play was right there. Because, again, the option was there for GAM potentially to go for a bottom side play into the Dragon, especially if they catch out DNK, who was on the wrong side of the map. And yet they're not able to make it happen. And so because of this, there's a bit of reprieve that's given over to SBTC. And this is what I'm talking about. Look, there's 2 feathers put down. You see a couple of autos. There's another one. Ultimate comes through. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up.
Press
it's
E.
Still up. It's
press
still up.
E.
Press
E.
Palette's in the way. Oh, wait. Look at that. Palette's in the way. Oh, Celebrity's in the way. Oh, DNK could be arrested right. Nope. Just nothing. And then just gets run down by Celebrity. I know the feathers eventually went away, which was, I think, maybe the biggest problem is that, Style wasn't ready to use the feathers or didn't have him in perfect position until it was too late. But I don't know. It felt like there were opportunities right there for Style to be able to really put some damage into a couple of members and maybe at least slow that fight down, prevent anything from SBTC, running forward and getting additional kills. But ends up not being the case and just bleeds out a couple of kills to SBTC, opens up the bop side of the map for themselves.
But we're being told by production that he apparently just goobered it. He pressed E and then R.
Did he really?
So yeah, he just gooned it, apparently. 2T, he's in trouble. Ooh, Levi just about living. But this is a good push here in the mid lane. Kiaya coming in from the side to clear out the wave, so the tower will stand. Another hook missing there from B. The accuracy has not been great on the Nautilus.
Nah, it hasn't been on top of the world here today. Hasn't been the greatest set of games for B today. That's all right, though. Doesn't matter that much. They're up 3,000 gold. They're not that concerned with what's happening with their support. Their Kai's is still scaling. Their Xayah is still scaling. We're still okay. GAM,
Levi,
just cocky. Yeah, just stepping in. I think
reward.
it's like the third time you pushed off these cruds during the course of this series alone, just trying to snag those up. So, a little interesting that actually ends up going over. They do at least push for the bottom tower, but nobody's around for the local gold, so it doesn't matter all that much. This was the charm from 2T onto Levi that set up a very low health Levi.
He only lives because of all of the... Like, he schmooved over those honey fruit, and it saves him.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Horses running after fruit in the river. Interesting. Wild animals hungry.
My loyal steed, Torrent, doing well. It was only on my third playthrough of that game I figured out you could feed him berries.
You can feed him berries?
Yeah, it gets his health back up.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I knew there was like the tonic that you could use to revive him, but I just never did. I just figured it was easier to die than to find the tonic.
As I said, on my third playthrough, I read the patch notes and went, you could feed him berries?
Well, obviously Levi knew that pretty much ahead of time, because otherwise he wouldn't have. He would have gone down pretty quickly right there. So thankfully Levi reads the patch notes. All right.
He does. As another hook. That one was dodged, at least. That was a Gale Force. Carty still available with the W's. Thunks one in onto Paulette. They're not dealing lethal damage yet. The Luden's not finished.
Oh, but still doing chunky.
Still doing a lot of damage.
Go without it.
He hurts.
Okay. There's that one as well. Poke damage just continues to rain down on SBTC. Please. Please stop. This is PTSD from ARAMs. I need you to stop. Perma cooldown W is not okay for anyone, Cotty. You're going to get this nerfed, and then we're never going to see it again.
Good.
Good. Yeah, never mind. Keep passing W.
As they do take down the mid tower, they move in onto the inner as well. This is where it should stop. The artillery can stop firing for at least a moment.
Again, Rift Herald is on the board. I'm really surprised they haven't dropped like one person to go grab the Rift Herald at some point.
Style, careful. They are moving in. There's the Ari ult coming out, but he throws out the first storm. Can't pull them back yet. He finally does. But look at the kills coming in. That was from the Renata ultimate as GAM just killed themselves.
That was really, really amazing ultimate coming out from Paulette to be able to set up a play like this. DNK finding a nice stun onto Style as well, kind of built the rest of the play up from the bottom up, and it ends up being what is 3 kills for just the one in return to the side of SBTC. Kind of big. Their team fighting is looking pretty crisp today. If I'm being quite honest, on the side of SBTC, Celebrity has been set up for a number of good situations, but Paulette really is the one who did a lot of numbers on this one. First off, DNK again finding Style opens up space. You saw Emperor on the backside waiting for this, and that ultimate 4 members fights dead before Levi actually gets into the backline, which I think is the problem. If Levi gets there and the rest of his team is ready and raring to go, this fight probably looks a lot different because fair amounts of the time that was spent actually putting in damage while they were all together with that ultimate from Renata ends up being wasted instead because they have to worry about the Hecarim, and then people get a chance to make some sort of rebuttal happen rather than having to fight each other while damage is getting poured in from SBTC. But again, hindsight's 2020. Rift Herald did end up going down, it looks like, to Levi in exchange for that big fight, as once again SBTC has failed to really take many objectives. I'm hoping they can go after this dragon to slow down GAM's progress, because otherwise, you might run into further problems. Although maybe they may want to take it because they want to go for 5-on-5 team fights just consistently, because they seem to be doing better in that than anything else in the game right now.
Whew. I mean, this is quite the series. I mean, look, this is a narrative I really want to hit. This is a narrative I'm going to repeat so many times, you're going to think it's the LEC. As... I want to point out, you look at the win-loss. You go 2-4, that's pretty bad. 6-0, that's pretty good. But SEA games are over. SBTC made it to the final of SEA games. They were clearly focusing more on that. Yeah, GAM beat them in the final and beat them pretty easily. But this is not the first versus 6th that it seems like. I think SBTC are putting on a real show. We said if they can play it close, then that's a really big thing for them. And they won game 1. It was an absolute fiesta, but a win's a win.
Truly is. Ooh, actually, DNK getting active real quick.
Ooh, B, he's in a little bit of trouble, but the tower's been taken down. In comes the Renata ultimate. Hasn't actually found anyone quite yet. Just holds them up for a second as DNK goes down. 1-for-1 at the moment. Style can't get out, but he can just get a kill. But look at Jinx running forward. Cardi's the next target. Kiaya cannot help. This is the celebrity show as he Gale Forces in, gets the rocket. Cardi desperately trying to do something, but it's a triple kill for the Jinx. Why aren't we seeing this champion?
I don't know. And why is Celebrity only just now popping off in the course of this split? I feel like Celebrity's been so quiet majority of games here for SBTC. And finally, we're seeing him really kind of go crazy inside of a lot of these team fights. They've got so much setup for it. They've got so many members to kind of put around it. Celebrity was actually only about 1 crit off because an auto attack had landed with a rocket that tagged Kiaya, but it didn't crit. And I think we'll get to see that at the very top end of the fight when the time comes. You can see how low everybody got, but nobody hit Celebrity. And so after the wave gets thrown in from Paulette, things kind of get thrown into disarray, but it allows this line of champions to set up for the Celebrity just kind of knocked out right there. The crit didn't come through. It was enough damage to kill one, but the bounce damage wasn't enough to kill. But if it had crit, almost certainly Kiaya goes down right there, and it ends up being 4 kills instead in the back pocket of Celebrity. And a completely won team fight that maybe they even Baron off of rather than going just for the Dragon. But they do slow the Dragon stacking. They're still down 2k. But the problem is Celebrity's the one with all of the gold on the side of SBTC. So you're not really, you might be up 3,000 or 2,000 over the course of the entire team, right? Like, that's fine. But Celebrity has got so much gold that he's able to basically solo carry the side of SBTC. So you have to bring him down. And that means inside of fights where Celebrity gets to, do all this damage, throw in all these rockets for free, GAM just has no response. And that's happened now, I think, 3 times in this game.
And this is where I think Renata really shines. I think she's one of... Oh, Levi. Was he hatching a ward, or was that just a guess? I think that was just a guess. Oh, my word. As B, he's in a lot of trouble. Has the gas closing in, taken down by 2T. That's just Baron.
Yeah, easy enough to at least try to set up for the Baron right here, because Levi is dead. There is no smite. Emperor is taking quite a bit of damage. And they do have to be a little bit careful, because, again, they don't want to lose too much health onto Celebrity, and they kind of know where Celebrity is at. There's a lot of poke between Kadi, Kiaya, and Style as well. So this is the one proof. Yeah, there it is onto Celebrity. Yeah, they got to get Celebrity out of the pit. DNK has ultimates to turn over the pit as well.
Emperor here as well.
Looking for something here.
Yeah, in they go onto Kiaya. If they can blow up this Jace, it removes so much of that poke, but they're going to trade it. Oh, it's gone really poorly here for SBTC. It was a bridge too far as Cardi surfs on in, secures himself a triple, and suddenly it's the other team getting a visit with the worm. And I want to get back. Sorry, I know I should let you in, but I want to make this point. Is because I think this illustrates the duality of Renata. When you have a fed Celebrity, you just stand on top of her as Renata. You just stand there and go, dive them. I dare you. Because if it's 1, you just handshake them. And if it's 3, you hit them with the ultimate. In this situation, what does Paulette do? What does he do?
Nothing. In a position where you're up against this much poke and there's that much vision,
he hasn't used an ability.
Like, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, literally hasn't been able to, because it's just like, what are you supposed to do? 3 members are outranging, 3 members are too far away, and even if you're within range, you're really, like, your handshake's not doing anything when the damage isn't there readily available to actually continue to capitalize on. So, again, it's a tough composition for SBTC to crack completely. They've been doing it off the back of team fighting for the most part. But again, when you've got 2 members that can basically full kill Celebrity with 1 ability in their kit, or 2 abilities, I guess, in their kit when they want to, you can't do anything. There's nothing to accomplish. Celebrity's the only person that could probably win out a game like this, right? If you're able to set up more front-to-back type team fights and get that going. But GAM is definitely not going to let that happen. They want to land some of this poke. They want to make sure that Celebrity's never going to be comfortable inside of a team fight to sit there and auto-attack the way he has 3 or 4 times inside of this game already.
And now it's GAM with a Baron 24 minutes in. They have the gold lead. Celebrity is still an absolute disgusting sewer creature in this game. And he can do horrible things. But the poke is pretty meaty.
It is. We saw earlier, I'm pretty sure it was just 1 W from the Kaisa that actually dealt the majority, I think 75% plus of Celebrity's health bar for free. And the worst part is Celebrity can't even step up to the wave because, again, there's no protection for him.
In they go. This is just a last-ditch effort here. I feel like they thought it was all ending. And look at the damage coming out of Carti! With that Renata ult, he just murders Style. But thankfully, his bloodlust apparently, quenched on his own teammates as he's able to get himself under control. And they move in. They take the inhib. 2T still very threatening here. They should be able to get this, no worries. But yeah, Carti, when getting hit by a Renata ult, is doing some horrible things.
Yes, Kadi can do some very mean damage to anyone in this game, and thankfully his teammates, unless it is the Renata ult coming through, don't have to worry about him just like mowing them down at the same time as everything else too, which is quite nice. That fight also, you can see, there it is. Like, what are you supposed to do? And another one immediately, like 3 seconds later, because that's how that should be balanced. Anyway, Celebrity did an okay job in that fight. Once again, trying to, get excited, get going inside of a game like this. You can actually see the setup. They're looking for big team fights because, again, that's really the only thing that's going to work. Celebrity is untouched at this point. And I want to see at what point that Celebrity actually ended up getting brought down, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't anything massive that really took him down. It was just a skill shot or two here or there that didn't look very impressive. Emperor once again gets denied. This time, DNK goes pretty quickly. Oh my goodness. The poor style ends up getting absolutely ripped through. Yeah, it was a
W. It was a shock blast and a W.
Yep. It was basically nothing. It's so hard for Celebrity to live through a fight like this. You could see, I'm pretty sure it's a Hex Drinker that he had in the back pocket. You're going to need probably even a little bit more than that just to make sure that you don't end up going down completely from just one single shot from the Kaiser. The Celebrity, again, is pretty much the only person that if you can live through some of the onslaught, it's pretty big. Yeah, at least didn't bring him down to full health. And Paulette almost died to 1.
Enpa and DNK clearly wanted to try and do something. They don't actually find the flank, though. GAM's still able to post up in this mid lane, wait for their wave, push it into the tower. We're past 26 minutes, 2 games in a row. Very, very rare stuff. As, Paulette gets whipped. It's only the Renata, though, not the highest value target. They're just going to take this and back off. Can they collapse onto DNK? Not quite.
Flank definitely is like on the table consistently from DNK. He has to find Kadi, though. I'm pretty sure, if not Kadi, it's got to be Kiai. It's got to be one of the two, just because that's all the poke damage, and you can't allow both of them to be dropping damage into Celebrity. Yeah. So he's playing Dance Dance Revolution, and you don't want your ADC playing Dance Dance Revolution in the midst of a fight under threat of death, right? Like, you don't want one left step that should have been a right step to actually just drop you into a pit of lava, but it feels like that's what Celebrity's actually facing right now when it comes to the amount of poke that comes from the W and the Q and everything. Everybody's feeling the effects of it, but specifically, again, Celebrity's the person that can outright carry a fight, and if he takes one of those, fight's over.
I mean, look, at this point, the only Dance Dance Revolution that's going to work is the kind... I once went to an arcade and I was playing Dance Dance with my friends, but we're terrible at it. And then a guy turned up and he actually had on wheels, he had a fan that he plugged in next to the machine. That's the kind of Dance Dance player that Celebrity needs to be in this game. And yes. I think he was there for upwards of 4 or 5 hours from memory. But
literally and metaphysically sweating in that game.
It's funny. I mean, I had a friend that used to really like, this is off topic, but I had a friend that used to really like Dance Dance, and he just did it instead of the gym. Because he wasn't interested in building muscle, he just wanted to stay fit. And he was like, I hate running, so he just played Dance Dance a lot. Yeah, why not?
That's fair.
It's cardio.
It's a fun game. Yeah, a lot of good things about Dance Dance Revolution. This is a Dance Dance Revolution stream now. We're not even talking about League of Legends. Not the game. Dance Dance Revolution time.
Yeah, hell yeah, let's go. I'm sure my downstairs neighbors would love me. Yeah. But anyway, we do have League of Legends on our screen. It did quiet down for just a moment. But GAM, it's the 3-lane press.
Yes. The bottom lane is already set up for solid success. 2T's pushing out mid lane, or he's going to try to push out mid lane a little bit further. He's kind of roping around. Yeah. DNK doesn't exist. Nope.
Close.
We live in. No W.
As 2T has found his way back in, but there's the stopwatch buying time. The flash as well. He gets out. Disaster. Levi may well trade his life for it. No, he's fine. SE get nothing. That looked so good.
Stopwatch is a good item, man. Stopwatch is a good item.
You can only do it once. You can only do it once.
You can only do it once unless you buy the item that lets you do it every 90 seconds. Copium. Thankfully, Kaiser's not an AP champion, right? This champion gets more infuriating by the second to watch, just because I know exactly what's going to happen. The stopwatch is going to get burnt, or the stopwatch gets purchased, and then the Zonius gets purchased. And again, all that is necessary now is for Kadi to just somebody's trying to kill me. You press stopwatch, the rest of the team is there, and then you get bailed out. And again, it's another way that the Kaiser just gets completely free damage. Baron buff is completely owned by GAM. They have the entire top map of the map completely lapped down. I guess they were trying to steal camps or something on the bottom side of the map is what the intention was. You can see there's no defense to the top side, and so that's where GAM is going to be looking to push, is that's the last non-open inhibitor, because the inhibitor tower is still up. If they get that down, all of a sudden they can set up for Soul Point. If they really need to go to Elder, they can, because 1W is enough. You can see 1W almost certainly with an Elder buff would have killed 2T without question.
It's
Just trying to push
pretty
down the base.
harsh. And I mean, look, this is why you need to be telling Riot to hire us so that we can make balancing decisions and we can nerf its cooldown to 45 minutes. I think that would be fair. As Enpa dives on in, they get onto Cardi, but they just turn around and keep him safe. There is a cleanse coming out from Style. They do manage to get onto B as well. So it's a 1-for-1, but it's not a fair trade. The top laner for support is 2T, trying to make everything happen, but now Levi, very speedy boy, can zone DNK out as 2T, taken very low and gets hit by the max range Prey Seeker. That one was almost fair as he takes him down. The Nexus is under siege. Zaya does get eaten by the bear. Celeb falls and he's got all of SE's gold. This will be GAM fighting back, and after the biggest fiesta I've ever watched in Game 1, Game 2 is much more controlled, even though I'm saying that and looking at 50 kills in 30 minutes.